We're back on the couch. We are continuing the Pacific run. This is going to be episode 3. We have a fallen soldier in Rodriguez.
Yep.
But we're still following Lecky. Sorry.
Barcelona.
Yeah, Jon Bernthal, and then we're following JP. We are also off the island. We're back.
Yeah, now we're moving on to somewhere else. We're not sure where we're going at this point.
But right now
probably
we finished. There's some other hellhole, but right now they've had a little bit of respite with their cups of coffee and finding out that they're heroes back home.
Yeah.
Which is good.
So we're ready to jump into see where they go next. And I guess
which hopefully can be just, I mean, the hellhole of the canal was pretty crazy.
It was pretty crazy. It was a different type of thing than, we expected. They're on the ships, everything's tense, and, the flap goes down, and it's like, oh, nobody's here. And then it's like, well, I guess everything's cool. And then you discover, oh, wait, there's 7,000 insane people who want to murder me on this island. Yeah. And they're just going to wait till nightfall and, make your life a terror.
Yeah,
every night.
And they're willing to just take a bullet and die.
Yeah.
In droves.
In droves.
All for an airfield. Which is all they're trying to do is hold.
It's not for an airfield.
It's to get their airfield back.
It's for the emperor.
It's for the emperor.
Which, by the way, do you know that there's only the imperial the Empire of Japan has existed for 1,600 years. So that line.
1,600 years.
It's the only line that it's existed since the 3rd or 4th century of the Roman Empire. So the Roman Empire only lasted about 500 years. So it's lasted since almost biblical times till now. It still exists. It's 1,600 and going.
Yeah.
So because once the war was over, we didn't actually, we didn't kill the emperor and break the line. He had a son. It was Hirohito, Akihito, and I forget the name of the current emperor. But there's been a succession of emperors ever since. So the imperial line still exists.
Wow.
I mean, it's a monarchy. It used to be an absolute monarchy, but now it's a parliamentary system. So it's more of a figurehead type of deal. Yeah. But even back in
similar to what happened with Britain.
Yeah, but even back in these days, the army ran the government. So the military and the militarists in the Japanese army ran the war, essentially. It wasn't the emperor saying do this, do that.
No, so it's all his.
He was a figurehead for them too.
Exactly.
But he was also considered a god, so it was a whole thing. But I think I find it interesting that the Japanese empire has survived.
It's been around that long.
All this stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Oof, that is pretty crazy.
Alrighty.
So let's see where we're at. Alright, here we are, Melbourne.
What the hell is this?
You believe this?
Tinker Parade.
Yeah, don't look so dour about it, dude. I would be like, hell yeah.
I mean, small victories, right?
How many Japs you kill, Yang? You kill many Japs?
Just a few hundred. I think he alone killed 100.
Mm-hmm. That would be so hard, though, to
shift gears.
But also, they've seen some shit, and they can be, proud and happy of it, but they're also torn. Psychologically just torn to shreds.
Yeah, I guess I kind of still shell-shocked a little bit.
Hell with this. I'm gonna sleep for a few days. MPs are just giving up. Everyone's going AWOL, nobody's stopping them. Oh, I've got to be a part of this.
Woo! Freedom! Buddy, rest up. All right?
Beers.
Please, yes, please. Yeah. I'll take a cold one.
Whiskey, gin, rum, vodka.
Get them all.
Brandy.
That's quite a flight.
Bourbon.
Why the...
And you call that
a blockbuster.
You're sure going to be trouble tonight, Cobber.
They literally just tossed all of that.
There you go, Manny. To Manny.
Never thought you'd down that, mate.
Right now we can down anything. Aren't you supposed to be in Africa fighting Rommel?
Well, somebody has to keep the peace at home. Let you Yanks get your proper R&R. What a lot of you here now?
Enough to make our beer run dry. Now girls run loose. Have to fuck the king himself to find a taxi you warriors haven't commandeered.
I'd say it's a bit more like a game of roaches. Every step we take, and bloody hell, there's another Yank under our boot.
Well, that turned quick.
I'm guessing this is one Yank we don't have to worry about anymore.
Hey!
Didn't even...
Okay, that's it.
Oh, man. He took that punch like it was nothing.
Let us buy you the next round of drinks. Otherwise, what kind of host would we be? Alan, another round of drinks for the Cowboy Yanks.
What a dick.
Total douche.
Hello, beautiful. Hey, beautiful.
She has a fair resemblance to his Vera.
Oh, hey, Lucky, come on. Lucky, what the hell? Whoa, out of Lucky.
Are you proposing already, Yang?
I'm proposing that you take a walk with me. You never know what the future may bring.
You know what take a walk means.
Oh,
Ma'am, I'm a foreigner on your shores. Forgive my ignorance of your customs, but my invitation remains an offer.
You're a bold one, Sotted. Let's see you in the light of day.
Getting the digits. You're a bold one, son.
Reflect me at home. Being sober would be a plus. I'm Stella, in case you were wondering what to call me.
Stella! Lecky got lucky. Better laminate that piece of paper. Oh, do not do this. This is a dick move.
Gonna be good.
Not exactly the Hilton.
No, probably like 5 or 6 a.m. too.
They are a ragtag. A messy bunch.
The officer's fucked up too. Look at him.
Oh, God.
Company dismissed.
Stumbling around camp like the town's stiff is not acceptable behavior.
Can't help but notice I'm not alone in this, sir.
You are in one respect. You are about to be awarded the Medal of
Didn't say
Honor.
he was going to get him a medal.
Congratulations, old man. You're about to go where very few Marines have ever been.
Oh, no.
Hey! Here.
Not on my desk.
It's not going to do to have you heave all over your own citation. This is the highest honor that our country can award a serviceman. You try to act like it's yours.
Great shot. This is slightly lower.
The Articles of War.
That's what I'm calling. Hit him with a drill.
Article 1, hands off the merchandise.
Hands off, aye, sir.
Article 2.
Article 3, hands off the merchandise.
Meaning there'll be none of that.
Hands off the merchandise. That's hands on the merchandise.
Article 3, punishments for violating 1 and 2.
We'll be swift and unflinching.
Take it out of the glass without spilling. That's right. Take your time. Closer.
Clever.
It's a smart game.
Yes, sir.
10 pages pulled up.
You gotta get out of here. Every Marine in this place is AWOL.
Say that's why they're here.
Every Marine in this establishment will produce a Liberty Pass or will return immediately to his billet.
Oh.
Buzz kills.
Are they going to steal the military? Yes, of course.
You can't do this shit, John. Not now. Remember what Chesty told you. Don't screw this up.
Sergeant Jon Bernthal is hereby awarded the Medal of Honor.
Great shot. Crazy shallow focus. Locate Miss Stella. Probably got a few more days.
Yeah.
Can lock this point down.
Gotta lock it down.
Nice, classy.
Sobered up, are you, Bob?
I'm no fool.
What a grip! An American grip, eh?
This is a yank.
This is like a Thanksgiving.
What is that?
It's a holiday Roosevelt made of the fourth Thursday in November.
Roosevelt?
Really?
Good girl, my Stella. Good Greek girl.
Greek, okay.
Μην σπάσεις όμως τα καλάπια.
The Turks invaded in 1922 and burned it down. All gone. But we made it down to the docks. We swam to a ship. We come here. By the time I met Nicola, it was almost too late to make babies.
Not that we didn't try, eh? Yes, actually.
That girl in the kitchen, my only blessing. What? You will stay here tonight. Stella, get the bed ready in the spare room, please.
Yeah, okay.
I can't do that.
You will make this your home.
I mean,
I think they call it AWOL though.
it's probably because if you've been sleeping the way he's been sleeping, it's probably uncomfortable to be actually in a nice.
I don't know, she's about to make it a whole lot more comfortable. It's one of the good things about war. It speeds up the romance process.
Right?
It's fast.
Mm-hmm. Textbook Rembrandt. So good. Back to the simple life. Better than sitting at the stadium. No, that's a great push-in.
Mom's watching you. Careful. And you know she was like right next to the wall, like listening, making sure they weren't boning.
Well, it's a hell of a lot easier to raise money when there's a face behind it, a heroic story attached to it. Like yours. Selling U.S. war bonds is just as important as what you did on Guadalcanal. Now pack your sea bag, you're going home.
Wow. This is such a blessing, but also like, well, survival's guilt. Kind of like I'm out here selling bonds when I could be fighting with my fellow soldiers. You guys are bold.
It's gonna get babies, keep a boning.
Right, exactly.
I got you something.
Stockings. Real silk. I'll wear them only for you.
Smokes go far in Australia.
Everything's rationed.
I know.
Alexis Stavropoulos.
What happened to Alexi?
Killed in action.
I'd like to go. Pay my respects if they're friends of yours.
Another amazing Chloe Crane shot.
Yeah. I feel like the movements in this are a lot more invisible than in the original
Very,
series.
yeah, they are.
Like, I'm noticing it far less than I did some of the others.
Mm-hmm.
It's no good, Bob. Mama's still up.
Well, you always have your hand.
We are so lucky to have you with us. We have a young man in the house. Stella, she likes you. Baba, he always wanted a son like you. I am going to pray that you come back to us.
That's a heavy request.
It's a very nice request.
It's a very nice request.
What, you thought Uncle Sam was gonna pay for your great D-box forever? Semper Fi.
Is he killing someone's cow?
Hey, what are you doing? You shot some poor farmer's cow!
It was gonna be steak anyway.
Not if it's a dairy cow, you idiot! You will be given 1 sack of uncooked rice.
Hopefully without the maggots.
A Japanese soldier can live on that for 3 weeks.
You can live on it for a half an hour.
Right.
Back to Melbourne and be in the arms of your Aussie girlfriends in 3 days.
Literally just dropped him in the middle of nowhere and said,
100-mile march, forced march.
on rice and raisins. True.
Guadalcanal, they're eating maggot
Bricks,
rice.
maggot rice and
Peaches that they stole from the army. Oh, fuck. Ouch. That sucks.
You first.
Yep, okay.
Ah! Oh, sweet Jesus, that feels good.
You made it back. I would have walked right back to Stella's house.
That is Stella's house there. They dropped them off 100 miles away from Stella. Gonna steal some more roses from their
I
neighbor.
know, right? That's not a good look.
You have to go away, Bob. I told Mama and Bubba already that you got your orders and you left. I'm fairly crazy about you, Robert. I think you know that.
I thought so, yeah.
I don't want to have a baby with you.
Are you pregnant?
No.
You're not.
Bob, you and I aren't going to have a family, and we're not going to get married, and you are never coming back to Melbourne.
You're dumping me because you think I'm gonna get killed?
All those names every time he's reading from those newspapers?
I don't just lose you. Mama does too. I can't do that to her, and I won't let you. She's praying for you to come back to us.
She can save her breath.
A little cold.
There's a little cold. She dropped it. Yeah. Jeez.
Well, I guess it's better than a Dear John letter when you're in the field somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Oof. Great shot. You gotta go bathroom? Is he waiting for the...
Yeah.
Lucky. Seriously, I gotta piss like terrible. You gotta cover for me, okay?
I can't. Drunk as a skunk.
1 minute. That's all I need. Come on. Lucky, what are you doing? Manning this fucking post, Lieutenant.
Are you out of your
I'm
mind?
the fucking guy on guard,
You
dude.
pull a fucking sidearm
asshole.
on an officer?
Lieutenant, I went for a quick piss. Lucky was just covering. Fucking prick!
Fuck you! I said stand at attention! I said fuck you!
Yeah, cricket. I don't understand this.
I don't understand this sport.
Looks like someone's hunting for you, Cover.
Your unit?
Howe Company, 1st Marines.
Report to your CO no later than 2400.
You were worse for wears?
Does that big black dot mean you're a prisoner?
So I volunteered you for reassignment to the battalion intelligence section.
You're booting us?
No, not you, Lecky.
Remember the hands off the merchandise.
You know. Last night in heaven.
Probably got like 2 hours to get to this. These days it'd be a bro hug.
Yeah.
Handshakes and salutes. I imagine 15 hours in that fucking aircraft.
I can't...
Jesus.
Can't even imagine.
One time I flew on a C-130 cargo plane.
Mm-hmm.
And so they only had like benches on the side of the plane.
A little full, yeah.
And then we had like headphones on our heads because it was so loud.
Not quite pressurized to your Spirit Airline standards.
Yeah, but you know how much the flight cost? $15. I think it was round trip too, because it was an army. Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada bing, bada bing bing.
Episode 3. So, well, it was a bit of a change of pace. They went from getting fucked by the Japanese to getting screwed by the ladies of Melbourne.
By some lovely ladies of Melbourne.
Lecky seems to have taken a turn mentally for the worse there. I don't know. That was some cold-blooded shit a little bit. I understand it,
but it was very cold-blooded.
It was cold.
That was harsh. That was crazy harsh.
It's not even about cutting him out. It's about cutting them off from him.
Yes.
It's like almost more about the parents than her. And it's
yeah.
like,
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
we're thrown into so much war right away, and then we get this
break. Yeah,
this
it's
break.
like a break. I find the Barcelona stories interesting with the, I mean, he's going to be a war bonds guy, and it's like you said, it looks like he has that sort of survivor's guilt thing. His buddy died, and he's all about if he had turned an inch to the right, he wouldn't have been shot. And, it's all this sort of fate stuff.
Yeah. Well, especially when he's throwing himself in right into the midst of it and getting off scotch free.
Didn't even think about it. It's just went to the most dangerous spots and cleared all those bodies and got shot at and somehow managed to survive it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like he's a little bit got that sort of spear sort of, I'm just going to go in and do the most dangerous thing possible.
He feels maybe a little guilty because he sent Rodriguez to be a runner. I mean,
he was asked.
He was asked to, but it's just like his.
Which this should have been a safer job in reality.
And
because he would just be then running between the command posts to deliver messages on what to do between the one side or the other side.
Either delivering information or ammo.
But you saw how many of those, or ammo. But you saw how many of those Japanese got behind their lines. So it's like he was going to another position, and they literally chest bumped into a group of 4 or 5 Japanese.
Yeah, just as many people as John ran into. Rodriguez probably, the odds are still against you.
And look, at the end of the day, it only takes one random ass bullet hitting you. It's just one of those things where if your number's up, your number's up. There's nothing that you can do about it.
We lost a lot of people in a very short period. In 3 episodes.
It's the grind of this war. It's a different animal entirely.
And the pacing is so different. I mean, it's just
when this policy they had of called island hopping. The Japanese were stationed on every one of these little beam spec islands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so one of the smart things that the U.S. Navy and Marines did was they didn't attack every one. Well, they were let's attack this one, and basically these troops are contained, so we only need the ones that they can make an air base for us, or be a place where we can use it to supply or has a port. So it's not necessary to take every single one of those. No. If we take the important ones, we can always come back and then take those little beam spec islands and if we need to down the road. So it wasn't necessary to take down every single one as they went along. They really were well, let's take this one, let's take that one. And it was really about getting to Okinawa, getting to Philippines first, Okinawa, which is the Japanese island, and then the Japanese mainland. As they went along and they saw how suicidal the troops were, they were like, oh, this is going to be, Japan is going to be a rough trade because, they're not going to give an inch. What they were thinking is it's just going to be an incredible amount of blood as far as every square inch is going to be paid for and a lot of blood. So one of the reasons they went and did nukes instead. It was really just to end that war as quickly as possible.
Right.
So, but they did get to Okinawa, and I do remember the stories about village people jumping off the cliffs and killing themselves rather than captured by the Americans. I remember this one video, this woman's kept clasping a baby, and she jumps off of a 200-foot cliff and kills herself and the baby. So there was all kinds of crazy shit going on. It's an ugly war. When they say heroic and all this stuff, it's like those guys. I think when guys like that hear of a hero, it bothers them because you don't necessarily feel like one.
Yeah.
You have an idea in your mind of what a hero is, and then it's like I just was trying to stay alive.
Yeah, stay alive. Keep my hope, my fellow soldiers alive.
It's the same thing that happened when the dude would get. You remember when Toy was injured?
Mm-hmm.
And then he had his arm in a sling, and then Winters was like, "Dude, what are you doing here? Go back and get your
relax."
He's like, "Look, I'll cut this thing off."
Yeah.
And it's like, "Fuck it, I don't want to go back there. I want to stay with my guys."
Yeah.
So there's that part of it too, and then Popeye, when he got shot in the butt, he actually went AWOL to get back to fight with the group before they left England. Now, something, by the way, we made fun of the Harvard guy because he didn't make it to Bastogne in time, but someone pointed out that he was in England being tended to get...
Oh, that's right.
It wasn't a way for him to get back the same way that the other guys...
Because they were right there.
They were there.
Yeah, that's true.
So they just left with their unit when they left. I don't know, maybe he wasn't in the biggest hurry to get back, but I wouldn't have been. But there also wasn't a way for him to get back without a ride.
Right.
So it's a little bit of a different animal. And Lead God and those other guys didn't care. They were like, you weren't there, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm sure there'll be some of that if Barcelona stays in the States selling war bonds. But it's a pretty sweet gig to get if you can get it.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm liking it. The pacing is very different. Obviously, a very different story, different war,
yeah,
and battles being fought, and it's just showing you a very different side. All right. Well, we'll see you guys in the comments per usual. You can follow us here on our socials, and like, subscribe, and we'll see you for the 4th episode, and 5th, and 6th, and 7th until we finish. We are watching The Pacific, and we'll catch you next week.
Yep. On what?
War! Movie!
Did that totally On what?
On what? Ready? 3, 2, 1.